This is the story of how my friend Niels and I hiked up the highest peak of Papua New Guinea, Mt Wilhelm. On the first day, the plan was to drive from the lowlands to Bumba village. We already knew this path quite well. In Bumba, we would pick up our guide and continue on our way by foot until we reached the village of Snow Pass. Our equipment was pretty basic. We left our camp in the lowlands very early and drove up to the start of our hike, a community called Bumba. The short drive on the rainforest road was already treacherous. We arrived well in Bumba and were excited to leave. In the village, we were waited by our first guide, Joel. He clearly did not need as many supplies as we did. And off we went into the beautiful rainforest of this fantastic morning. Our plan was to reach a village called Snow Pass, where we would stay overnight with some locals. We roughly had 30 kilometers ahead of us. Soon we had made enough height to get a first impression of the wonderful landscape around us. Joel suggested to take a shortcut. We agreed, but after a very sweaty climb we decided to never take a shortcut again. Soon we reached our first village and were greeted friendly by the locals. I was amazed by the beauty and cleanliness of this place. We made one stop for some banana supplies. We hit our first obstacle, a mudslide. We were glad to be on foot and not in a car. We were getting more and more tired, but we were really close to our end location. Up there, I had the best coke of my life.
That's it. Will be film. No, Sabe better. How to film. Oh, big blah. Clouds coming.
The village of Snow Pass even had a little store. We bought our dinner there for the night.
Shortcut.
Shortcut. Can you reaching him? People Hartman and people snacks. Or Poplar snacks.
Poplar snacks, tripla atmen.
And snacks.
Tripla. Poplar. Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, poplar.
Poplar. Kita duduk kan?
Now we can one.
Kamera.
After some searching, we found the hut of our friends. We could finally get some good rest. Up here it gets already a bit cold in the night, so we were happy to have a fire. In the second day we had another 30 kilometers or so planned, but luckily there was not a lot of altitudinal gain. The next morning the clouds from the day before had disappeared and we could finally get a nice view of the mountains ahead of us. Before we continued on our road, we wanted to visit the cloud forests that grow around here. We were looking for an ant species endemic to these forests. We didn't have to search for long, and I was pretty excited to find one.
Camera. Belong Phil. Belong Phil.
Time to continue our trip. We also took one of the villagers at Snow Pass with us as another guide. On the way, we made a short stop at the house of Gendi's mother. She was friendly and welcoming. Her garden was the ultimate example of small-scale agriculture. Like most of the agricultural landscape around here, her garden was built and taken care of by her own hands and without the help of heavy machinery. Even the garbage cans here are handcrafted and made out of wood. Soon we reached our destination for the day, Kegosugel. Most tourists start their hike to the top from here. Kegosugel even has its own little airport. And so, with the last bit of daylight and almost no energy left, we made it to our lodge for the night. The next day we would hike up to the base camp, slowly getting closer to the peak. The distance was not so far, so we took our time to get used to the height. The next morning we would wake up very early and attempt our way all the way up to the top, and then walk all the way back down again. At the lodge we would pick up another guide. Strong hiking monster. We reached one of the most amazing landscapes of our journey, a savanna valley filled with tree ferns. I felt teleported back in time. We had reached the base camp with ease. The night was very short and terrible, but we were very excited to leave. Despite the rain that had set in the night, we needed to leave now. It was dark, wet and slippery. For what seemed like an eternity, we would scramble up rocks in the dark. At last the morning light would give us a better view of our surroundings. Like a warning, we saw the human remains of a dead hiker next to our path. As we increased in altitude, the path became more and more challenging. Every step was getting harder as we suffered from the lack of oxygen. But we were very close to the top.
cloudy today.
We had made it. We had climbed all the way to the top. And now we gotta go back all the way down again. Disappointingly, the top was covered in clouds, but at least we got some amazing views on the way down when it cleared up. We eventually made it back home safely, but it's an adventure for another time.